In August, Hurricane Harvey blazed a path of destruction through Texas, devastating 39 counties and changing thousands of lives forever. Community action agencies were on the ground first, helping their local areas assess and plan for stabilization and recovery. The initial effort saved lives, brought calm to the area, and helped guide federal assistance providers as they arrived. The news cycle is now gone. Other events and tragedies have taken center stage, but the devastation in Texas still exists. Listen as professionals from the community action programs in Texas give a picture of what remains and how additional funds are desperately needed. George Simon's agency is in Far East Texas and was directly in the path of the massive evacuation.
Our agency was impacted. 4 of the 9 counties that we serve were impacted by the storm. Folks below the dam and along rivers and creek beds got flooded out. But really in the first 2 weeks, we were inundated with evacuees that came from Beaumont and Port Arthur that were passing through our county. FEMA had given them vouchers where they could stay at hotels versus going to centers for evacuees. And with that being the case, the services that the shelter provided, the Red Cross and the water and the things that were there for evacuees weren't there. So community action, we organized the community to meet the needs of those individuals that were passing through with churches, local businesses, and so forth, to provide food, clothing, toiletries, water and food, as well as some hot meals for those who were passing through.
Kelly Franke is no stranger to handling disasters in Texas. This one, she says, really brought out support from the community.
All 5 of our CSBG community action counties were affected by the recent flooding from Hurricane Harvey. One town in particular received the brunt of the flooding due to the Colorado River. 3 mobile home parks were destroyed. Over 800 families have been displaced in LaGrange. The population is less than 5,000, so approximately 20% of our population in one town definitely has no place to live. We were able to get on the ground as a community action agency because we're local. We were on the ground the Monday after the hurricane passed through. We were able to start helping people with gift cards, hotels, food, clothing, anything they needed. We worked with those people right away before FEMA hit the ground and anybody else. We always first go to the shelters and work with those clients and help them first because they're the ones with the most need. Secondly, then, word passes around and others find out that we're in town and we're helping, and they show up and we're able to help with those gift cards. We're to the point now that we need housing. There's no housing for these people, and we don't want them to leave our community. These people are important to our community. They're help with the economy. So right now, that's the point we're at. We need housing desperately. We need mobile homes. We need that ability to buy those kinds of things for these clients. But community action is unique that we're in the community already. We're there to help people. We're on the ground before FEMA and any other government agency hits the ground. City of LaGrange, we already have quite a presence in the community, and I was contacted by several agencies in the state offering assistance to us, but by the time they were able to get the assistance to us, we had coordinated efforts with several groups in LaGrange where we all had our job to do. Some of us collected cleaning supplies, some of us collected food, some of us collected gift cards, so we all had a job to do in the community, and the community came together and worked to help all the people that were displaced during the Hurricane Harvey.
Jaime Longoria leads a community action agency near the border with Mexico. He was one of 9 agencies that responded to the disaster.
Here we are several weeks out after the disaster, and what folks are really needing is they're looking for funds that will help them to rebuild their homes. A lot of these folks, the low-income population in particular, their homes for some reason do not meet standards that are set out by federal regulations. So when they're evaluated for disaster assistance under that program, they're denied. And when they come to our program, all we're able to provide is dollars for personal items, for food, and for those kinds of essentials. What folks are really asking us for is building supplies, sheetrock, 2x4s, those kinds of things in order to rebuild their homes. Their homes may not meet federal standards, but certainly they met the requirements for folks to be able to live.
Isabel Valle Carpenter works in Corpus Christi, where Harvey made landfall.
In our county, one of the communities was hardest hit because it was a direct hit from Hurricane Harvey. FEMA and Red Cross are there and they're on the ground, but our agency is the only one that has been able to go and help one-on-one with the clients that actually need it, the people that live there. We've been able to provide gift cards so that they can go get supplies that they need to survive from one day to the next or from 1 week to the next. They need food, they need clothes, they need personal hygiene, they need gas. The majority of the people have no homes. 3,500 people live in this community. 2,700 lost their homes. They're all displaced. Many throughout our area, many in other places in South Texas, many living in their homes, in their cars. There are tent cities that are being popped up, and the county doesn't want that because that's going to cause other problems that they're not prepared for. So this recovery is going to be long-term. Hurricane Harvey hit 6 weeks ago. They're still in cleanup mode. There's maybe 1 or 2 businesses open. There are a few structures that can hold people, but that's being used by the first responders, by people that are there to help. They're looking for supplies. They need money and materials to rebuild from the government, from the community, all the way up. I have people coming up to me and asking me, can I go help them with portals, with building materials, because there's nothing there anymore. So when we're looking at recovery, we're looking at it years. Again, I can't stress the fact that we've been hit 6 weeks ago, and there's still people that are still cleaning up their properties. If you drive down the neighborhoods, it's like it's controlled cleanup. It's just mounds and mounds of debris. You see trees, you see sheetrock, you see boards, you see signs, you see turned upside down boats. It's going to take a long time, and they need money, but the money has to be for long term. We cannot turn it around real quick because it's going to be more than that. They need a lot of help.
Community action agencies are already a major part of helping Texans put their lives together again. Their needs are great, but supplemental funds are already required. We know these families will never be the same, but at least we can get them to a safe and secure place as they deal with what is now their new normal.